Brothers and sisters, this is another blessed opportunity, another great day that the Most High Almighty Yahweh has provided. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. I'm looking kind of rough here, but that's okay. My Cowboys lost. Me and Jerry Jones going to have a talk. Yeah. Okay, we're here. This is August the 26th and a Monday morning. And I want to thank all of you for your likes, subscribe, and sharing. A little bit of water here. Because without you, we couldn't do this. But through God, working through you and I, we can get this done, okay? We're servants, helpers one to another, okay? God gave me a seed to plant, so therefore we plant, and you water by your participation, liking, subscribing, and sharing, but He gets the increase. All glory to the Most High Almighty Yahweh, 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 God. All right. Like I said, we're looking kind of rough here, but that's okay. Imagine John the Baptist looked walking around in camel hair, not a camel hair suit, but camel skin, eating locusts and wild locusts and honey. He was probably a character in his days, but we have our intentions and purposes to basically look on the outside, the outward appearance, and not on the inside. So many of us are hooked up to vanity mirror, but we don't want to look into this mirror right here. This mirror right here is going to show you exactly what you look like. But we're afraid to look at ourselves there. But we can put on makeup, make down, and mask and things of this nature. Okay, I digress here. Let's go. Okay, we're looking at David and his being a fugitive, running away or avoiding killing his father-in-law. Yeah, believe it or not, Saul was his father-in-law. Not the same Saul as Paul, but a different Saul. Okay, David slew Goliath, a Philistine, Palestinian, and Saul had made a deal with whoever killed this great big monster of a man that he would give his daughter to marriage. So David slew and Goliath giant and ended up marrying Saul's daughter. Okay, so that it made Saul David's father-in-law. So his own father-in-law wanted to kill him. It had been prophesied that also that David would become king, even though Saul wanted to kill David. David had no desire to really kill Saul because he knew that God had an appointed thing for Saul to do, and even the appointed time for David himself to be king. So anytime we try to intervene and interfere with the work of God, Yahweh, we end up making a mess of everything. So with patience and prayer and obedience, we will make it and have that peace of God and peace with God. Okay, once again, thanks to all of you guys that are liking, listening, sharing, and subscribing. Okay, God's Yahweh's blessings upon you and your family for doing so. This is free. The gospel is free. It's free, no charge. Christ paid it all, paid the price, but we must have faith and works. Okay? Faith without works is dead, but then the argument can continue on and on. But we got to have faith and we must put in some work. Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. Hopefully, today being the 26th of August, we're going to find out that question number 51. We find how. 49. Question number 49. What event happened to David and his men when they were absent from Ziklag. The author stated that the Amalekites burned the city and carried away the women and children captive. Find that in 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 1 and 2. Question number 50. Did they recover their treasures? The author states yes, they recovered their treasures. Question number 51. How did they recover their treasures? The author stated that they pursued and slew the Amalekites and recovered all after David had laid his trouble before Yahweh God and obtained direction from him. 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 5, 6, 20. Okay, once again, when we have issues and troubles, of course, we're going to get angry and want to do things out of anger. But when we have trust and reliance upon the Most High Almighty Yahweh, Yah, Elohim, God, we put our trust in Him always, because a lot of times we want to do things like what Frank Sinatra or Bing Crosby say, I did it my way, and that's when you're messing up. When you begin to think that you can do it your way, do it Yahweh way. Oh man, I'm turning into a Hollywood actor here, I guess. But anyway, verse number 52. What did he do with the spoil that they won in that battle? The author stated that he divided it among all his men who had taken part in the pursuit of the fight. Find that in 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 21, 25. Question number 53. What tremendous battle was happening in Israel while David and his men were thus employed? The author stated that there was a battle with the Philistines in Mount Gilboa. Philistines are the same people as the Palestinians. Palestinians. They're fighting yet today with the occupiers of the land of Israel. And the occupiers of the land of Israel today didn't get there until 1948, the 1940s, by declaration of the League of Nations. The occupants occupying the land now are Ashkenaz and most of the Caucasus Mountain people, Germany, Russians, and people of this nature that Hitler had caused to, through his dictatorship, wanted to eradicate all the people that were opposing and didn't look like him, didn't think like him, blonde hair and blue eyes. I think that's what they were going after, so far as their heritage and bloodline. So all of those people that are there today were immigrants and are still immigrants. The Bible even speaks of it. Call themselves Jews and are not. Okay, let's move on. What we have here, we're at 8 minutes. Oh my gosh. Question number 54. What was the results of the battle? The author stated that Saul and his sons were slain, and the Israelites forsook the cities and fled. Okay. Now we're looking at David, king in Hebron. 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 4. Where was David when the news came to him about the death of Saul and Jonathan? The author stated that David was at Ziklag. Find that in 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 1. Question number 2. What effect did Saul's death have on David? The author stated that he mourned for him and wept. Find that in 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 12. Question number 3. How did Saul die? The author stated by his own sword. After being wounded by the Philistines or Palestinians, he was wounded by his own sword. I guess he fell on his own sword to take his own life. Find that in 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 3 and 4. Question number 4. What did David do to the young man who, by his own confession, had killed Saul? The author stated that he ordered one of his soldiers to kill that young man. That young man was an Amalekite. Okay? All right. Do your research on these names because I will let you know who the enemies of God, the enemies of Yahweh, the enemies of Yahweh are. Those are the same enemies, your enemies. 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 14, 16. Question number 5. What touching record did David leave of his love to Saul and Jonathan? The author stated that a song of lamentations. Find that in 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 17, 27. Brothers and sisters, we're at 10 minutes right now, and I would like to give a shout out to all of you that are listening, liking, and supporting the YouTube channel, 5,500 Questions and Answers on the Holy Bible. We're also inviting you to just like or listen and share. Also, you may follow me on Facebook, Dale Ward. There's about 1,500 Dale Wards. If you see this ugly mug, then you know it's me. Okay, where we are basically we're going through the Word of God and posting it on Facebook through Exegete and maybe a little bit of Eisegete every now and then. But we're looking at sin and we're posting on sin. We'll be there for a while with our post on sin. That's through the Facebook minister Dale Ward, soldier in the army of the Most High Almighty Yahweh God. Okay, this is going to do it for us today. And be sure to look at the other video concerning the exegeting and eisegeting of the Romans letter, the letter to the saints in Rome, not to everybody in Rome, but to the saints in Rome that were dispersed amongst the Gentiles who later adopted to the Gentile ways and were considered as Gentile because of being adapted to the Gentile way. This is Minister Brother Dale Ward. God's blessing, Yahweh's blessings unto you and all your family and all that you love. Be with you next time.